Hey friends, welcome back to Artistry and Cards. I'm Jessica, the artist behind JessicaLynnOriginal.com, where I draw hand-drawn and design all of the stamps and digital art, etc. that you see. Today we're going to dive into something a little creepy, a little fun, and a whole lot of nostalgia. We're going to go ahead and make a Five Nights at Freddy's inspired card. Now, if you're not familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's, it's a horror video game that started back in 2014 and then became a movie, and I believe there's another one coming out soon. It's all about a haunted pizzeria with animatronics that come to life at night. So I suppose think Chuck E. Cheese meets horror film. It's scary, it's fun, it's a total pop culture icon, especially around Halloween. Now, I'm going to tell you, I am not a brave person when it comes to scary movies, but in the last couple of years, I've really tried to venture outside my normal. I decided to watch Stranger Things. I've made it all the way through season 4 and cannot wait for season 5. And I told my husband this year, I said, let's try it. And I went ahead and I made it all the way through Five Nights at Freddy's. So I was super happy about that. So I found this artwork in a coloring book online, and I thought, it would make the perfect, creepy, but cute card. So I resized it for card making, and today we're going to turn it into something that looks like it came straight from Freddy's Fazbear Pizzeria, right? So literally, think Chuck E. Cheese, right? So I'm going to try and make this card feel dirty and dingy and sort of worn out. The way to think about this bear is that truly he was from the 80s and they just sort of left it until now, right? So that's been a couple of days. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to go ahead and color this piece using Copic markers, which you can see me doing. And I'm going to try and bring out like the spooky, vibrant tones. And then I think what I'll do is I'll go back through it and try and age it using Distress Oxide inks. And that'll give it like a vintage, weathered look. So the goal is to think that this card feels like it's been sitting inside of Freddy's restaurants since the 80s, like old, gritty, and a little unsettling. Now, speaking of the 80s, that is one of the reasons that I absolutely love Five Nights at Freddy's. The whole vibe of the story is rooted in that decade, an old pizza joint, the glitchy animatronics, and even the music. It's probably why I like Stranger Things as well. So I really wanted to make that come through and not make my card too polished. In fact, you might notice that I intentionally didn't line up the background perfectly. So when we get there, let's watch for that. It's going to be a little rough, a little imperfection, and I think that will give it more character and really feel kind of more like a real piece rather than just a printed card. I just have to say, I really feel like he's starting to come to life now. There's something about his eyes that just sort of are menacing and staring at you. It's kind of fun. All right, so little story about why I decided I would make a Five Nights at Freddy's cards. So I have a sister whose birthday is in October, and she is my sister who absolutely loves the creepy, fun, happy, spooky. She loves haunted houses, Halloween movies. She is actually, she did film in college, and I have tried to encourage her forever to go ahead and make a movie. And so we've talked a little bit about it, and I might try and re-push her for that idea because I've got some really great ideas for stories, and I think it would be so much fun for her and I to collab, and then, you know, she could film it, I could help write it, and I think that would be so much fun. So as soon as I thought, you know what, I went and watched the movie, I think I need to make a card inspired by her birthday. Now, I got her a different card for her birthday, but I am going to theme this to a birthday, which will be kind of funny, right? Because if you think about like Chuck E. Cheese, what did everybody do there? You went there for a birthday party. So I thought that that would be fun to make this a Five Nights at Freddy's birthday card. So anyway, that's how that whole train of thought sort of processed. Now, I am going to tell you, because I've been telling you forever, I'm in the process of redoing my office, which is why I'm just fussy cutting out the little bear. I just, right now, for me, I think it's just better to just quick cut it out, and then we can go ahead and start putting the background together. Now, I'm sure you just saw, I decided to use a pack of paper called Ombre from the scrapbook.com. I absolutely love this. I'm an ombre girl. If you know me, I do a lot of sewing. I do all of that stuff. And a good ombre in a dress or in something is just beautiful. It's beautiful on stage. It's beautiful to wear. So I decided I would use that as the background. And it's orange to yellow to almost a white color. And then I had this tag cut out forever. I have no idea what I was going to do with it, but I think I've had this tag cut since like 2005. I'm just guessing. And so I thought this is what we could do. It's sort of almost like the wall broke through. And so basically what I did was I built up these layers. So I like making handmade cards that weave stories into paper. So as I'm blending the colors and laying the inks, just imagine this card sitting on a dusty shelf at Freddy's or taped up on the bulletin board where the animatronics sleep. Oh my gosh, that's kind of creepy and eerie. A little sweet, right? Because somebody maybe made it. But a lot like Halloween. I wanted it to look like the walls had maybe been orange, some of it faded, and then that tag that I put the brick on. And again, if you noticed, I did not line up. Usually I will take a tape and hold that stencil down. I let the brick look rough. Like, I didn't line it up. I let it shift and move. Another thing I want to share with you is I do make custom rubber stamps. If you would like, I can make a custom rubber stamp that you can use for the back of your cards. I'm bummed. I love this one. I'm going to have to do a new one for next year, obviously, because I put 2025 on there. But perfect way to end all of your cards. Always sign them or get one of my rubber stamps. You can get them at jessicalynoriginal.com, and then I could custom that for you. And I could use your signature, or I could handwrite something if you were looking for that. So again, we're going to make this a birthday card. And so I have a stamp set. And if you guys, again, if you've watched my channel, a waffle flower, a die cut, the one that looks like postage stamp, I can't even tell you. It is absolutely my favorite die cut I've ever owned. And so they have a whole bunch of stamps that go with it. Like there's my favorite 50 cents if you're going to make a postage stamp. And they also have one for happy birthday. So if you're going to make like a happy birthday stamp set, so it says like happy birthday to you. It has like HBD, a candle, some balloons, like a little postage ring that says happy birthday to you. So I really like that one. I think it's super cool. And I thought it would be the perfect thing. So if you look kind of over his shoulder, over the microphone, there's kind of, it almost looks like the tag got scratched out. And so I'm going to try and put that stamp in there because I think it'll fit perfectly. So fingers crossed. Let's see if we can kind of put that together. So right now I thought by putting a little more shadow, it just sort of grounds him in that card. And then what I'm going to do is just take some more of the Distress Oxide, and I'm using Aged Mahogany, Vintage Photo, and Black Soot. And again, I'm trying to just sort of dirty this card up like it's been hanging out. One of the thoughts I had was I could have maybe distressed the edges or done something like that, but I didn't want to wreck the card after I did all the work on it. That's something you could do if you went and did a card like this. Alright, so you can see how cool it looks, just all sort of dingy. Just adding a little bit more. I really just want it to feel handcrafted, so I'm adding some of my signature like draw lines that I do. And now we're going to go ahead and stamp that on. I went through my whole box of stamps. I literally could not decide. And then when I had the happy birthday idea, I was like, oh, perfect, perfect. And then that's when I used that waffle flower stamp. So I'll link all the stuff that I use down below if you're interested in trying this. It's super easy card. All right, so let's go ahead and get that happy birthday stamp on and get this card completed. Oh, that fits in there perfect. And now, there it is, our Five Nights at Freddy's handmade card. I love how this turned out. I really like the vintage weathered look, the uneven brick texture. You know what? Even the creepy cute character is sort of growing on me. And it all feels like it really kind of could have been pulled from a 1980s restaurant. I love making this kind of projects where we mix a little bit of different nostalgia with a bunch of creativity. I just want to say, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of my Halloween cards or any of the cards I have coming up for that matter. And don't forget, I love seeing what you create. So if you use any of my stamps or my digital images, or if I design something special for you, or if you get a custom stamp, be sure to tag it with Jessica Lynn Original so I can share it and celebrate your creativity on our Instagram account. I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm Jessica, this is Artistry and Cards, and I will see you again on the next video. Be sure to take a look at the two that I put up for you, and then if you click on the one with my face, that'll actually let you subscribe to my channel. So I hope to see you again soon. Take care, everybody.